Hey guys, at BV Matson here, and we've got a new project in the shop just behind me. I picked up on the Facebook Marketplace a 1972 CL350. This will actually be my second Honda motorcycle restoration salvage project that I've gotten going on. I'll show you the bike I just got done with later on. But right now, let's focus on this one. It's probably going to be a parts bike. The engine is seized. It's missing a ton of parts. It's missing the coveted CL exhaust system, all of that stuff. The carburetors are gone. These wheels are pretty roached. But there's still good stuff to be had in this bike. So let's take a closer look at it, and let's see what we do here in the future with this awesome vintage 72 CL350. All right, let's get up close to this thing. Let's just go front to back. The hubs are there. These hubs, they may look super, super rough, but those can be cleaned up. I'll show you what I did with my previous bike. I'm not sure these rims are going to be salvageable, but they could be cleaned off. And if somebody wanted to paint them and still use them, I've seen a lot of people doing like black paint on the rims. That may be a possibility. Tires are junk, of course, but then here we go. We've got the full front, shocks, everything. I was super amazed, man, that these are actually still here. These can probably be saved as well. It's just dirty. This thing was found out behind a barn, sat out there. The guy said 5 years, but it may have well been much longer. Engine, woof, she's messy. It's actually seized up at the moment. But one of the reasons why I picked up this bike is because I want to educate myself a bit more on engines. So I'm going to actually tear this engine apart for the first time. I've never done that. I'm going to split some cases and see what we can do. But all the side covers are here. Gas tank. Check this out, guys. Gas tank, not a dent in it. Paint is really rough. I've got one of the Honda emblems on it, but there's not a dent in this gas tank. I'm going to crack it open here today and see what the inside looks like. I'm really hoping it stayed dry and it didn't rust out, but that'll clean up really, really nice. Check out the gauges. I took a little Windex to the gauges. The gauges aren't chipped. The paint is really, really solid on these yet. Those are definitely salvageable. The coveted CL handlebars, you know what? I think we can definitely do a number on these. There'll definitely be some patina left, but it's there. A lot of other weird things going on here. These fins are in great shape. They're not bent. Of course, they're corroded, but look, I just wiped that just a little bit with my finger, and that'll all come real clean, real nice. Both the reflectors are in. Look at this horn. Horn's in great shape. This will clean up perfectly. I may even take this horn and put it on my CB350. It's in better shape than the one I just had. Tacho covers in. Look at this. Kickstarter still here. Engine seized up. We'll work on that a little bit. Brake pedals in. The pegs are in. Toolbox still there. Who knows how old this battery is. The tires, rear wheel, pretty bad. But again, these hubs are key, guys. These will clean up. You can get these things shining like mirrors. I'll definitely show you how to do that. Got a little issue here with the rear fender. Looks like it got all cracked up there, but the rear light's in place. This is all going to clean up beautifully. You can pull this all off right there. What else? Seat's gone, of course, but the tank is there. Let's pull this tank off. Pull it back here, and we can look underneath. The coils are there. It's all there. It's all there. Had to cut one of the cables free. Was in kind of a rush to move it, so I actually had to cut the front brake cable. But other than that, there's a lot of fun wrenching to be had with the 72 CL350 for sure. So there's the first little tour. This is what I got. I literally, dumped it off in the garage last night. Hey, another thing here, headlight bucket right there. Those can be hard to find. It doesn't look like it's all cracked up. Oh, there's a little bit of a crack here. That could be fixed up with some epoxy probably too. Front fender's in shape. That'll clean up really, really good. I'm excited to get going on this bike, but the main thing I think we want to do today is let's get that engine out. All right, guys, I kind of intend this video series to be kind of a, if this is your first bike and you're trying to figure out where to start, That's what I want to do with this video series. Let's kind of go through things in a process. First thing, guys, go to the store, buy yourself some freaking gloves. Get some rubber gloves. This stuff gets real messy and you're dealing with a lot of different things. Just stay clean, right? It makes a big difference. When I first started doing this stuff, I was like, no, I'm a man. I'm a man and I'm going to get my hands dirty. But you know what? After you go through about, 2 gallons of the orange cleaner on your hands, you realize that, you know what? Just wear some damn gloves, make your life a hell of a lot easier. The other thing you're going to need is just go buy a whole bunch of cans of WD-40 or whatever. I don't care, similar product, WD-40. But what we want to do is let's just start hitting every single bolt on this bike. Just start to be real liberal with it, and just start hitting everything that is going to come off, because we're going down to the frame with this thing. All right, we're taking it all apart. We're going to see what's left. Whether or not we put it back together, not so sure. But you got to start somewhere. So let's start hitting it with the WD-40. That's the first thing. Let it sit for a day. All right, just let this stuff to soak in. It's really, really important. It's going to save you a ton of headaches. But just start hitting stuff. Start hitting everything around. So let's go around the bike, and I'll show you some of the key parts that you need to be focusing on just to save yourself some headaches in the future. All right, just start hitting it. These shocks are going to need to come off. Start hitting it. I don't even know what that is. That's going to come off. This holds your rear fender on. Just start hitting everything. Also, one of my main goals is to get this engine out. Look for the engine bolts. They're back in here. You got to start hitting this stuff. Hit every bolt, man. Just start hitting it with the WD-40 and let this stuff soak in really, really, really good. These are going to be a bear. We'll tackle these side covers. These are never fun. Also, it kind of looks like somebody already dealt with the covers. There's some Allen heads on here. So that's a good sign. Those will actually be a lot easier to get out. Kickstarter, that's going to have to, or the clutch or gear shifter, that needs to come out. Just be real liberal with it. I normally wouldn't encourage people to be super liberal about stuff, but get in here. Start spraying down every single little nut, bolt, screw that you see, because it's all going to be coming out. All right, one of the things I was really happy about with this bike is that this tank is in really, really good shape. So just to get the tank off, you got to look underneath. There's going to be a little tube underneath here that goes from one side of the tank to the other side of the tank. This tank's empty, so I don't have to worry about it. You can actually just disconnect it, pull it apart. Now, my bracket is missing on this bike, but there's actually going to be a little plate here. Typically, actually on the CL, doesn't look like there's a bracket here. It looks like it just slides into the rubber mount. So we're just going to lift this off. Try not to, be careful when you're pulling it off though, because you don't want to bend these little these little ends. So let's see, there we go. Here, I'll show you what I'm talking about with the tubes. So here you can see there's this tube right here. It connects to these connectors. It keeps the tank gas kind of balanced out. That's what you need to remove. The first time I was pulling tanks, I was like, what the hell's the holdup here? And sure enough, it was just this little tube right here. So it just pulls right off, and then you can actually pull the tank out. So just a little simple stuff. But other than that, looks like on this bad boy, this rubber thing is the only thing that really holds that tank on. CB350s that I've worked on actually had a bolt-in bracket right here. I don't see one missing, so I don't think the CLs maybe had one. But anyway, tank is off. And again, look at this. It's in really, really solid condition. We got to get inside the tank to see what's going on, though, to be sure. Just want to show you one little detail. See that little round piece of metal there? When you're pulling the tank or putting the tank back on, they actually slip onto these little rubber stoppers. Surprisingly, both of my rubber stoppers are there. So again, you just take the tank, you got to pull it back off of these rubber stoppers. And if you're putting the tank back on, you simply slide it back onto those. So just so you understand how these tanks are actually mounted, I wanted to show you that little detail. All right, guys, we've got everything WD-40'd up. We're letting that stuff soak in. We got the tank off. We're going to tap into the tank. I'm going to cut this video off right here. It's a good introduction of where we're at with this bike. and what's left of it, and you know what we got to play with. So next videos, we're going to take a look inside the tank, and you know what? If it's bad, I'll show you what to do with it. If it's not good, I'll probably still show you what to do with it. The other part, I'd love to get this engine out, so that'll be in another video as well. It's all disassembly, man. If you got your first bike, you're trying to figure out where to start, I hope these videos are helpful. If you like it, please subscribe. Appreciate it. Give me a follow on Twitter, Instagram, BV Matson. It's all good. Let's tear into a 1972 CL350 together. If you got questions, if I wasn't really clear about something, leave a comment. Let me know. I'll do my best to answer all the questions. Oh, and coming up in the video, I'm going to show you the completed 1970 CB350 that I completed over the winter. Really proud of that bike, and really motivated me to pick up another one and keep on wrenching. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more videos in the future.